So yeah, cut the power really as we go over the road, float it to the numbers, and then we're aiming for the far end. Pulling back, pulling back, pulling back, holding off, getting it down. Well, greetings from Compton Abbas Airfield. Today we are taking the Justflight PA28 Warrior for a spin, do a circuit of runway 08 at Compton Abbas. This is a fantastic texture of Alpha Whiskey, which is available on Flightsim.to, as is the Compton Abbas scenery. And there is a tree reduction height software, which is very important. Particularly, you'll see it when we're on final approach. So we've got 2 stages of flap set. We're just pulling that nose back. Show you from the inside. Just trying to keep the cowling on the horizon. A little bit too much, a little bit there, but who's being picky? So as we approach the 26 end, there's a noise abatement procedure in progress so that we are not overflying this farm with a lot of animals. So you turn out at 200 foot. Compton Abbas is 800 foot above sea level, so it's one of the highest airfields in Britain. I did set the QFE. I'm using Sky Dolly to record this today, and it's reverted it back to the standard pressure setting. So it's gonna be an 800 foot circuit here, which has a bit of a further out downwind to cover noise abatement for all these little hamlets that are around here. So there we are at 1,600 foot indicated, so 800 foot above airfield height. Having a little bit of an issue with my simulator for the trim. Much easier in real life because all you have to do is put your hand on that little wheel down there. So having a look at little landmarks. There's some bus sheds here with some red double-decker buses, which you can see in real life, and you know. There are Melbury Hill as a feature. There's Bluebell Wood, which sticks out. That it's like a pyramid in real life, and it's just full of trees. And if we level off, there we go. So this is us on downwind. So we do our checks here, make sure our brakes are off. The undercarriage is down and fixed, so we don't need to worry about that. Mixture is rich. Prop pitch we don't have to worry about because it's a fixed prop. Fuel is on the left hand tank, we've got sufficient for go around. Instruments, all happy. Compass is matched with the DI. Heading, hatches, harnesses, all happy. On that front, landing lights on, fuel pumps on. And now that we are alongside Melbury Hill, Guy's Mars Prison there as well, another local landmark. So if we keep that off the wing as we come around, you can see Compton Abbas Village, which is just down here. Again, noise abatement. We need to aim at Fontmell Village over here, which is also a noise abatement avoidance, but we're going to squeeze between the two of them. Selecting 2 stages of flap. And we're going to get the speed down to 75. So there we are, speed's at 75. Nicely stabilised. We're wedging ourselves in between these 2 villages. And don't want to turn too tightly. Base to final kills a lot of people, but this aircraft is very docile. Just need to keep an eye on our speed and our angle as we turn. Nicely line up. That's us now full flaps. Let the speed decay down between, I'd say between 70 and 65. The trees, as I was saying in in real life it is like that. They peak slightly to the right of centre, but they are kind of directly underneath you on this approach as they kind of pass by the road. So you have to come in a little bit high. So that tree reduction software I was saying on Flightsim.to, I think if you've got the stock one, you'll find that they are even taller and get right in your way. This is about right. So yeah, cut the power really as we go over the road, float it to the numbers, and then we're aiming for the far end. Pulling back, pulling back, pulling back, holding off, getting it down. Now Compton Abbas isn't as billiard table flat as this in real life. It's kind of curved. It's like landing in a spoon is how I would kind of describe it. And obviously grass offers a lot more resistance. I think this is something they need to look at in Flight Simulator. So you need a lot more power to be able to push off and vacate a runway or do turns. It's like trying to move through treacle. Whereas this feels no different to being on concrete. So anyway, that's us completed a circuit. So there we have it. You know, I'm not an instructor, I'm a current student, and I do this for me to help learn, to keep and retain skills, to run through checklists, bits and pieces, but I hope that it is of some use to you, particularly if you like to conduct simulations in this area on Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like to hear your comments in particular about this particular aircraft. If you've got any questions, any bits and pieces that I might be able to help with. I'm going to do further videos. I might do a full startup procedure. I'll run through some checklists and bits and pieces, whatever people are interested in. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment. There'll be more content coming in the near future.